Hey guys, it's Andre. And as you know or don't know, I'm currently on a 1-year journey to challenge my limiting beliefs and my fears, as well as what it means to live with a disability. Last week, I told you about the first challenge, which is travel, where I'm challenging the fear of recording myself in front of the camera and the fear of being stuck in a situation I can't do anything about because of my disability, as well as the limiting belief that I can't travel to areas of low accessibility because of my disability. Man, that was a lot of words. Anyway, this week, I'm going to talk about what in hindsight was for me one of the most important stops I could have gone to on the first part of my journey, which is Little Rock. Why is it important? Because in Little Rock, I had a moment of peace. And not because of the green, lush environments or the beautiful body of water or my grandmother's amazing cooking. Shout out to my grandmother. It was because it allowed me to do something I would like to call mental preparation. As you know, one of the fears that I'm challenging right now is my fear of capturing myself in front of the camera. It was here where I allowed myself to try different approaches to recording myself in front of the camera to find something that I'd feel most comfortable with. And what I identified was that I can't be in the moment capturing what I'm experiencing, telling you what I feel, because as soon as I see the camera, all my emotions are like gone, and the only thing that I feel is like a sweat, a nervous, dry throat, and a shake, and I can't think properly. So what I decided to do is that I would split it up into two categories. We have A-roll, which is what I'm doing right now, where I'm talking to you in a reflective state, reflecting back on the experience, and B-roll, showing you when I was in the moment and what I did then, and of course, you'll see me smile here and then. And this B-roll I captured either by myself or by asking strangers, friends, or family to help me capture the moment. The second thing I did that was extremely important for me was a set of preparations. Now, you're probably saying, hold up, Andre, in last week's video you said this is going to be spontaneous, you're going to answer the question of how accessible is flexible travel for people with disability. And you'd be right. I'm not talking about the preparation in the sense of which hotel I'm staying at. I'm talking about the mental game, meaning understanding my limits. So let's talk about the method that I used to understand my limits. Put simply, I journaled. But what's more important is the questions that I asked myself while journaling. One of those questions was, what have I struggled with in the past where I've needed someone else's help? The other question was, what could potential barriers be on the trip where I would need someone else's help, as far as I know? And so I'd write down everything I could think of. Then when I was done with that, I went to my friends, my family, and I asked them, hey guys, I'm going on this journey now. What are some of the things that you guys have helped me with in the past that could be a problem going forward? And what are some of the obstacles that you faced in a journey that could be a potential stopper, a showstopper for me? What I found was not only potential obstacles and solutions in that process, but I also found a lot of applications that, number one, helped me save money, and number two, make friends. And I'll be sharing those with you guys in another video. From then on, I took this list of barriers and potential solutions, and I tested the most essential here in this area. One thing that I tested was how much luggage can I actually carry? And I identified I can actually only carry a backpack with the chair, and one suitcase is all I can push. So I had to minimize my packing to one suitcase only, one carry-on. This also helped me save a lot of time later when checking into the airport and so on and so forth. Additionally, I found out that most places are not handicap accessible because they're either smaller franchises or they're just not equipped for it. And so showering would be a big problem I could potentially have. So I tested different methods of showering, as well as what kind of tools would fit into my suitcase based on these little experiments that I did. And with that, I was able to be more prepared for everything coming down my way, because none of the situations that I faced on the journey were too much out of the realm of expectation after having done that mental exercise and done those little experiments. I did do a lot of modifications on the way, but I'll be showing those as we progress in this series. Now, it leads me to the funny story. That is that the moment I got here, I was stuck already. Because I didn't realize something before coming to the US. It is something very important that I had forgotten. And that is that public transportation in very many areas of the US is just not viable. So because the US is a car country. And so I had to rethink the areas that I was traveling to, not from the sense that I was not going to travel to them, right? I already knew I'm going to travel to Nashville, which I'm going to be talking about next week. But I had to rethink how I'm going to approach them because I needed a car. And at the moment, I can't drive. I forgot to mention something super important in the video. And that is that if you're interested in knowing more details about the method that I used, go check out my website, which I launched today, to read about it, as well as get some of my thoughts on how I went about the interviews. And I'll also have a template for you there if you want it. Then, additionally, I would like to start something called the question of the week or the inspiration of the week. I don't know what the name is we're going to call it, but I would love to hear a recent obstacle that you overcame, as well as how you overcame it. Doesn't have to be in a lot of detail, but share it in the comments below so that someone else who's struggling with that same obstacle may get some inspiration on how to overcome it from you. Because you, ladies and gentlemen, are champions. And I thank you so much for your time. If you like the videos, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell and the like button to let me know that I'm doing a good job. And if there's something I can do better, also leave it in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys next week as we reflect and vlog on Nashville.